So thank you so much for lasting this long. I know it's been a few hours now and a wee while of listening to folk, but I will endeavour to keep this incredibly brief. So I'm an impact manager at BESS, and one of the main projects that I lead on within the sustainability team is HeatSource. We've got some garish branding there to capture everyone's attention when we take this sort of on the road. So a little bit about what HeatSource is. It's essentially a low carbon heat network in the sense of that knowledge exchange and learning, not a physical heat network. So Built Environment Smart Transformation, we won the contract to deliver this activity on behalf of the enterprise agencies across Scotland, and we launched in May 2022. Ultimately, our goal is around supporting the low carbon heat sector in Scotland, right through from that manufacturing capability to installation and deployment of heat pumps and heat networks from small individual heat pumps at a domestic level to larger city-wide district heating systems. And what we're really here to do is to bring together what is a fairly disjointed sector, quite varied representation across trades associations and trade bodies, to provide a space and a place to come together to understand what are some of the shared challenges across that supply chain, and where we could maybe have an opportunity to relay some of those challenges to enterprise agencies and in turn Scottish Government, so that the support that comes out is effective in delivering change and helping change some of those challenges into opportunities. Ultimately, our low carbon heat sector, the industry and supply chain, must grow in order to deliver the really ambitious targets around low carbon heat and decarbonising our built environment. Ultimately, there is the thought that Scotland can become really a world leader in low carbon heat pump and heat network infrastructure manufacturing. We've got some current manufacturing in Mitsubishi, are located in Livingston, and they create heat pumps, and we have Star Renewable Energy developing large scale, of a megawatt size heat pumps for industrialised and district heating systems. But we do have a strong history of engineering and manufacture across Scotland, so we have lots of skills and capabilities in the component manufacture. So what we want to do is try to help them understand what that longer term supply chain and pipeline of activity looks like from local authorities, the private sector, in new build and in retrofit. So that they can then hopefully make some investment decisions around where they may be able to pivot and offer services and products for the low carbon heating sector. So who are we and what do we do? So like I say, it's a pan-Scotland approach. We're here in the Highlands and Islands region, but we work right down to the South of Scotland Enterprise, and we've got an in-person event there early next month, which is targeted at the local installer supply chain. So again, getting them closer to those from the local housing associations and private sector to understand that pipeline of activity, to show to them where they may want to make investments in their skills and upskilling and diversification of their service provision to move away from traditional gas boiler installation to the low carbon heating technologies. That's just some examples of the work that we're doing. Ultimately, we're really pleased that we won the contract to deliver this work, not just that it's more work and keeps us all busy, but actually for us it was an indicator that the Scottish Government and the enterprise agencies saw that we had something to offer in that connecting the energy efficiency piece with that operational carbon space, and I think that this now offers us an opportunity really to bring them closer together in a way that's maybe not been done previously. As you mentioned, the Innovation Centre family, but also there is a huge network of capability across the academic space, but also in some of the different technology demonstrator centres. So the Power Networks Demonstrator Centre in Cumbernauld is a huge sort of grid-based sort of physical power plant where you can sort of develop and test new technologies, and they've just received funding to develop a new heating and cooling demonstrator centre. So again, where it's looking at some of these kind of pinch points to do with the grid, and that kind of whole energy systems approach, where there may be new technologies or integrating and layering different technologies to deliver some of the decarbonising heat goals, we can test and develop them, and we can put you in touch with lots of other organisations across that landscape to support that work. And ultimately, the HeatSource programme is for everyone, and right across from that installer base to manufacturing, to planning, and infrastructure companies, and so we were wanting to bring everybody together, and we've done a lot of learning and a lot of listening over the last few days, and really enthused by what's happening here, and I think that there's a lot to be learned from what's going on. So ultimately, we've got a website, and we do a lot of signposting and a lot of events around showcasing, what good looks like, and examples of what people have done, so that we can support the replication and expansion of that. So some of that we'll be doing based on what we've learned today. We spoke this morning with the guys over at Sheep, and understanding some of the challenges that they have, and some of the ambitions that they have, but what are the kind of policy and regulatory kind of barriers that are in place, and what can we do to communicate that as widely as possible. We have our monthly newsletter. If you head to heatsource.org, there will be a sign-up link in that. Just one newsletter a month, we won't be spamming you. But that allows you to keep up to date with our events, but also the activities and the case studies and the good news from across the sector, across Scotland. And one of the ways that you can, make your feelings known around energy efficiency and some of the funding that is, kind of loosely by way of policy related to the heat side of things, is the new build heat standard consultation is currently open. It's still open for another couple of weeks. We'll be able to, I can share you a link if you catch me afterwards, but through our website, we post all of that stuff and give people, an outlet and an opportunity to share their experience and their knowledge, to hopefully, inform those that are in policy making positions. And yeah, a couple more links and some information there. We're pretty active on social media. If anyone wants to get in touch and have any specific questions about how you can get involved with sharing wider your experiences, we'd be more than happy to do that. And we ran a number of webinars you can re-watch on our YouTube channel, and that's actually our Built Environment Smarter Transformations YouTube channel, and you can catch a lot of webinars and sessions, events like this that we've ran in the past, where you can hear from speakers right across all of the different projects that we run, and this is just a bit of a flavour of that one that we do today. So thank you. I think we'll take some questions afterwards, but I'll pass you back. But thank you so much for listening.